You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh, how
you know what time it is. I'm brawl with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arms to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. And again, man, brought you a special guest for the night, man. This is 2027 defensive end out of Alabama. The Buckeyes are in on him. Deontay Seals. How you doing tonight, Deontay?
Doing good. How are y'all?
Blessed,
I'm
man.
good. Blessed to be here, you know.
But Buckeye Nation is going to notice the same thing we did, but I'm going to make the same comment I made before when we weren't on air, and it's that go figure. You got a Jesus shirt on, man, and we love that here on this channel. We just got done interviewing Maxwell Riley, the offensive lineman that just committed to the Buckeyes. Had a conversation with him about his faith and believing in Jesus, and that's a really cool aspect, man. But I want to get started, just get to know you a little bit, brother. How did you get into football, man? You got, did your parents play sports? Do you have siblings that play football? And when did you start?
I have a dad that plays football and an older brother that plays football. And I would probably say I started playing football when I was 4 years old.
Yeah. Gotcha. Dang, dude. That's young, man. That wasn't
Is
tackle,
young.
was it? Did they tackle him back in, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's good stuff, bro. So obviously, if you've been playing football that long, dude, I'm sure you've played dang near at every position on the field. Am I correct?
Yeah. Everything but O-line.
Okay, that's what I thought, dude. So got a little bit of a football background, football family, but before football became a everyday type of thing, I'm guessing it is because your name's starting to get on the board. You're going to be shooting up those recruiting rankings here before too long, man. If the Buckeyes are chasing you, man, and they give you an offer, you're one of the best in the country at what you do. I mean, that's just known, dude. Ohio State is the biggest. It's the biggest brand in college football, the most winningest program the last 25 years. Just in case you didn't know that, Deontay, just wanted to let you know real quick. But so, yeah, I totally lost track. I was bragging about Ohio State, and I lost where I was going.
It
Normally,
seemed
I
like
don't
you were
do
about
that.
to ask him, did he play any other sports growing up besides?
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, as you can tell, we've done a couple of these. Have you played any other sports growing up, man?
I played basketball and baseball for growing up.
Okay. Well, what'd you do besides sports growing up, man? You play video games, you go fishing, you go hunting. What do you like to do?
Go fishing, play video games all day, hang out with my brother a lot.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. I like it, man. Mello, what you got, bro?
What video game you playing right now?
Lately I've been playing a lot of NCAA.
Man, you don't want that smoke. I might have to get your information after this. Have to run it up on you. I use the Buckeyes though, so I'm be honest. That's the only team I play with.
All right.
I've won 11 national championships with the Buckeyes so far in NCAA. But did you guys know this? If you start that bracket to go into the tournament, if you're like halfway through a game and you don't think you're going to win it, if you restart it, it doesn't count. You just get to do it over.
That's what you do the whole time?
Yeah, I acted like scum and I cheated, but it was on a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as you can tell, we don't like the team up north that much. That team in Ann Arbor, yeah, that team.
Yeah. But so you're being recruited as a defensive end now. Was there a time in your life, in your football, life here, where it just clicked, and either your family said something to you, or you realized, like, hey, man, I might have a future in this thing, like 9th grade or 8th grade, where people started really noticing, hey, dude, you're really good at what you do. Was there a specific time then that happened?
Uh, I don't know. I grew up always played quarterback. Then like all of a sudden, I think I was in like ninth grade. Like just last year, they moved me to defensive end. It's like it just happened. So.
Oh, so you just been playing. You only played defensive end for 1 year so far. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Dang.
insane.
You're being recruited as a defensive end, correct?
Yes, sir.
What you at? 6'3", 220 right now?
I'm at 230 now.
Dang, already at the 230, bro. How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay. All right. So what's the recruiting process like now? What was the first offer that you got, and kind of walk us through that, and then where you at with recruiting, and then Mello, you ask questions next, man.
Yeah, I got you.
My first offer came last spring. It was UAB that came up to the school. They talked to my head coach, and then they told me they wanted to offer me.
Nice. Have offers been pouring in? Is that pace picking up yet, or has that happened yet?
Yeah, I got offers from also like Troy, Mississippi State, Georgia, South Carolina, I said Arkansas, Ole Miss, Arkansas State, FIU, and Southern Miss.
So as you're going through this process, this recruiting process, is there anybody in your life that you're leaning on to help you? And also, what are you looking for in terms of a home and a program that you would love to commit to?
I would probably say somewhere that's like not too far from home, so it's like my parents be able to get easy access to me if they ever like need anything, and then probably getting up there, being able to play, not having to wait too long, being in rotation my freshman year.
Okay. And are you leaning on your parents to help you with the process?
Not really. They always say it's up to me. They're just here trying to along with me.
Nice.
Okay, so you said not too far away from home. So what does that mean? Like driving distance? And if it is driving distance, what's the max hours in the car that you would want to be spending?
Driving distance, I think my parents said they don't want it to go over 6, but if I think it's over 6 and it feel like home for me, then I'll go that far.
Okay.
Nice. Just to let you know, dude, we have a show every other Friday night on our channel where a couple parents of Buckeye players, they come on and they talk and they give advice for recruits and for parents on the recruiting process. So if you ever had any questions or whatnot, man, tune into our show Friday, dude. Get in the chat, ask the question, man. We're not going to like push you towards Ohio State. They genuinely care about, young men and even young women that are going through the recruiting process, because as you know, when money gets involved, nil and all that stuff, dude, you got to be careful about who's around you. But so you as a defensive end, you haven't been playing that very long, but if you had to pick one aspect of that position that you just absolutely love after 1 year of doing it, what would that be? What
Pass
one
rushing.
Aspect about it? To get after the quarterback, huh?
Yeah, pass rushing.
Okay, you know, it's funny. When you were a quarterback, how'd you like? What were your thoughts about pass rushers when they were trying to come after you?
I mean, it's like I was in middle school and stuff, so like O-line, D-line, there wasn't much pass rush back then, so it was like just stand there, hand the ball off, those screens. There wasn't really much to it.
Yeah.
So what type of? My bad, Mello, bro.
Do you prefer defensive end over quarterback?
100%.
Yeah.
Nice. What I was about to say. Okay, so like what type of mentality do you bring to the football field, man? When you're on there, are you getting mad about it? Are you talking to a bunch of players? Are you hey, I'm about to just overpower you? Or hey, I'm about to juke you out of your shoes, spin move you, the whole 9 yards? I know there's different moves you're working on, but like right now, how would you describe yourself as a football player?
I'll probably say a lot of speed to power. So like get off the ball, do a bunch of speed, and like tell like a long arm or something.
All right, I got you. How'd it go your first year at defensive end? Like, what were your sack numbers and stuff like that?
My first year, I wouldn't say it was very good. Like new to it, I probably only had like 2 sacks.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude, that's a position takes some time to learn and different things like that. So, Mello?
Yeah. So saying your speed to power is probably the strength of your game. What would you say is one aspect of your game that you would want to improve? Because as humans, we always want to be elite, and there's always something you could work on to try to perfect your craft. So, what's that one thing in your game that you want to perfect?
Probably stopping the run more.
Okay. So, what do you think some of the challenges are, and the difference between stopping the run and rushing the quarterback?
Just being able to execute. I mean, sometimes it's like I need to get stronger. Sometimes it's like I don't know.
Need to be able to read keys a little better, stuff like that, man. Yeah, that'll come with time, dude. Just keep putting in that hard work for sure. But growing up, man, obviously you started playing football that young. I'm sure you started watching football pretty young as well. You got any players that you like look up to, or you got a favorite college team and NFL team?
I really wouldn't have a favorite college team, but my favorite NFL team would be the Falcons, probably because of my dad. Always watching the Falcons with my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Mello?
Absolutely. So, when did Ohio State actually offer you?
They haven't yet.
Yeah, they haven't. Okay. They haven't offered him yet. You went down for. Have you been there yet for a spring visit, or is it coming up? Like
it's
March
24th.
24th.
I'm down here right now. I'm going.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. Dang, how could you let me forget that? That's a big deal, dude. I was telling everybody about that. I was like, we're about to interview a recruit that's
because
be in
tomorrow
a hotel
he's
room.
going to the practice.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to see on this video, and on this visit in terms of the football program, and what are you hoping to see in the city of Columbus?
Really just a lot of energy. See how they do stuff around here. Hoping they have a lot of energy.
How's the communication been with who reached out to you from Ohio State, and are you having? I know you're a 2027 recruit, but have you had a lot of contact with Ohio State, or are they wanting you to camp with them, or how's that going?
I haven't really had much communication because they can't reach out to me. So if I talk to them, I'll have to reach out to them first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's interesting. Yeah. So how did the whole relationship between you and the Buckeyes start? I guess is what we're trying to.
I would say Coach Lachlan came up to our spring last year. He pulled me in the head coach office, talked to me for a little bit when he was down at the high school. Just trying to get to know me, and yeah.
Oh, Coach Locke, man, dude, that's my number one coach. As a fan of Ohio State, I like him the best. He's got them Alabama ties, dude.
Yep.
So he's pretty intense. Do you got a relationship with him? Did he know you in the past, or no?
No, he didn't know me in the past.
No, didn't know you in the past. Okay, so you down in Columbus now, dude. Did you just go right to the hotel and you're getting up and going there in the morning, or did you stop in there for a little bit today?
I just got to the hotel.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So what would you like to study in college?
Probably communication, mass communication, or business.
So are you trying to go into like being a broadcaster after your playing days are over?
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's good to know, because there's a whole lot of Ohio State ex-players that have podcasts and is already in that industry. I know Bobby Carpenter was a legendary linebacker at Ohio State. He had Latham Ransom on once a week, just because that's what he wants to do when he's done playing as well, just to get his feet wet and get used to being in front of a camera and a microphone. So there's always that aspect of going to Ohio State as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was the travel there, man? You mentioned earlier that, distance from home will be, something that you take into account these days, though, man, with NIL and with flights and stuff like that. I think a lot of players are like eliminating that off their list. And once they start visiting schools, they realize, hey, man, dude, this is an hour flight and I land at the Columbus airport, and in 10 minutes, I'm at the shoe. But that's also the same with a lot of other colleges. I mean, some of them have airports at their college. So it's like, that kind of gets, but how was the travel there, man? Pretty chill?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't bad, because I travel a lot to see my brother in Alcorn State, and he's like 5 hours away, so it really wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. All right. You got any other? Excuse me. You got anybody that you're close with or old teammates that you know is being recruited by Ohio State or that maybe plays for Ohio State?
I think I know we had former people at Trustful get recruited, like Hunter Osborne, Justice Finkley, and Ricky Gibson.
Yeah.
Okay. They got recruited by Ohio State. Nice. All right. Well, yeah, man, it should be a good day. You said you're looking for high energy. We get a lot of videos from like the Ohio State practices, and if you look at some of the recruits that have been through there, always tell us it's very, very intense, man. So, did you watch the college football playoffs last year?
Yes, sir.
Did you? What were your thoughts, man, with the Buckeyes did in that?
I was pretty impressed. Just like last year, it was a tough ending how that happened.
The year before last?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, man. So when you're looking at schools, right, we're always intrigued in this, man, and everybody's answer varies because it depends on what your situation is. We totally understand that. You mentioned depth chart as being something you really look at. What about winning? You know what I mean? Where is winning on your list of things you're looking for in a school? Like, are they, national title contenders every year? What that is? Is that very high on your list as a recruit?
Not really.
Not really. So would it go like, would you say your list is like relationships / development, and then you're going to look for the depth chart? Like where does that
I'd
go
probably
for you?
say relationship number one, then probably location, like what type of community it is.
Okay. What type of community are you looking for? Don't really know
Probably,
yet.
yeah, not really. Still going around seeing which one has the best. Like then I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah,
I mean, you're pretty young. Who did you come up here by yourself, or did someone else come with you?
I have my dad up here with me.
Okay. Did you guys get to hang out and go around the city yet?
Not really. We just grabbed some food and came straight here.
Okay.
What food you grab?
We grabbed White Castle.
Okay. All right, dude. One of the most common answers out of our chat that people like to ask is, what is your favorite food, man? So before they ask it, I'm going to ask you.
I'm going to have to go with probably some type of pasta.
Can't go wrong with pasta, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I don't know if you're very familiar with Ohio State or not, but I see the shirt that you have on. Last year, they had a bunch of players that were very strong in their faith. That's kind of how they chose to live their life. They held a couple revivals and baptisms on campus, and their interviews, they were always shouting out Jesus. And there are a lot of other colleges that do that as well. A bunch of faith-based teams and a brotherhood there, man. Is that a factor? Is that something you're looking for? Some like-minded players to be around that kind of live how you live?
Yes, sir. I think that's probably what falls in with the community and like the area that they're in, what type of community it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good stuff, man.
Are you looking forward to meeting LJ?
I am.
Yeah, because people consider him the GOAT. He's worked with so many people. He's been around forever, to be honest with you. He's developed so many people. So, we would love to hear about how that went and goes after you meet him and take the visit tomorrow.
So, dude, what's it like managing all these phone calls and emails? Like, it's just, you're a 2027 recruit, so it's not at that level yet, but would you say it adds a little more stress to your life, or are you just chilling right now, just going, taking your visits, or do you got a good group of people around you to help you kind of manage this recruiting process?
I would say I have a good group around me to help me manage it.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm definitely glad your dad is there with you, so that way, because he'll guide you and he'll know. Dads know what's up.
Yeah.
So that's always a positive that he's there with you.
You said your dad played your dad played football. Did he like play in the NFL?
No, he did not.
I did play in the NFL. I thought maybe he played for the Falcons because you said your favorite team was the Falcons, dude. So I'm sitting here trying to Google seals for Falcons. He didn't pop up, so I had to ask you, dude.
I think the Falcons the closest team to Alabama. That's why, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You could either pick the Falcons or the Saints.
The Titans.
Okay.
The Titans too, yeah.
So you think, are you waiting to see how this goes to determine whether you try to get back to Ohio State? Or are you pretty sure you're going to do this visit, try to get back up there? Or are you just waiting and see what happens?
I'm waiting to see what happens, how it goes.
Gotcha. What are some other schools you're going to be visiting coming up?
I know I'm going to go see Tennessee and Ole Miss this week.
Oh, okay. Doing a lot of traveling then, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'd love to hear how that Ole Miss visit is.
Yeah,
I'm just interested, like just the state of Mississippi in general, the stuff you hear about it. I just wonder if there's any truth to it behind it,
Yeah, we need some of that. We need some of that inside intel, man, for sure. Well, dude, I think that'll about do it. Mello, you got any more questions for him or anything?
No, just have a blast tomorrow. Soak it all in. I've been to the WAC. My daughter's your age. She's actually going through the recruiting process. She's a junior though. She's supposed to be a 27, but she's a 26. Started school up north, so we've been to the WAC. She went there for a camp. Enjoy it, take it in, have fun, and just try to just analyze everything that's going on. Analyze the drills that LJ's doing and what they're saying to you, and just, talk to your pops about it and see your feelings and how it goes. That's my advice. And then to get out around the city. Columbus has changed a lot from when I was growing up, but Columbus is awesome.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you coming on. We're definitely going to be following your career a lot closer. Probably about this time next year. I'll be shooting you messages till then. I'll be keeping up with your season coming up, different things like that. I might shoot you a message, ask how your visit went, man. Just keep tabs on you and see how things are going, man. I appreciate you messaging us back, coming on the show, man. This will give you some experience for interviews in the future, because that's part of this football game too, man. That's what they do at the NFL Combine. You got to get up and do your little interview thing. So, what have you done interviews before? Is this your first one?
This is my second one. I did one, I think, when I first moved to D, and when I first moved to D, and I did one.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Right.
Also, don't forget, if you can, just shoot us your schedule when it comes out, because we're not that far. We love to come see you play.
Yeah, for real. I'll keep in touch with you, and we'll see how things go, bro. But again, appreciate you, man. It's awesome to see that smile on your face. Happy young man, dude. You're blessed, bro. Ohio State's interested in you, man. That offer, Ohio State's stingy with their offers, so it's coming, dude. But they're stingy, bro. So just give them a little bit of patience, dude.
You're definitely marketable for sure with that.
They offer the best, dude. But pick a school you're comfortable at, man. You know what I mean? And we appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure. You're going to give me if I say OH, you're going to give us an IO. I don't want to say it and then you not say IO back. You know what I mean?
I'll give it to you.
All right. Heck yeah, man. We appreciate you coming, brother. But on that note, appreciate everybody in the chat for coming. Go Buckeyes. OH.
IO.
Yeah, buddy.
Good stuff, man.
What a great kid, man.
Yeah. Again, the thing, you know what I didn't take into account before this interview. We interviewed Jameer Brown too. He was a 28?
Yeah.
But
hold on. Is he a 28? No, he's a 27.
Is he?
He's the same year as Brady Edmonds. 27.
Yeah, he'd be trying to come back on. He messaged us again, wants to come back on.
Oh, we need to put him on.
Yeah, we got to get him on here.
We need to get him and Brady Edmonds on at the same time so they could develop that connection.
I know. I can't get a hold of Brady Edmonds. Somebody in the chat, dude, get a hold of Brady Edmonds for us, man. I know he was on Juck's show, but that'd be cool. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it's crazy to see. You can just tell that how much recruiting the upticks are, right? When it's a 2026 versus a 27, like he's just back kicking it, taking a few visits. But when that time comes, this time next year, gonna be way busier in what he's doing. But good kid, man. Again, you know what I'm saying? Not.
I like how you pointed out about the NIL and the flights and all that, because it did make me a little concerned. Like, hold up, he said distance. I like Ohio and Alabama. If you're talking about driving, that's a drop. That's a little bit of a drop.
I know that's what I was thinking too. But dude, in today's day and age, man, what I think it is I think it's like kids that don't really have the experience of traveling. I know
Right.
before I used to be a homebody. I did not like to travel, but it wasn't until I traveled a bunch when I realized, like, dude, this is sick. This is cool. And it's not that difficult. Literally, I'm about to go to the Virgin Islands. I'll wake up, and within 4 hours of waking up, I'll be sitting in the Virgin Islands. Like,
On
literally.
the beach, right?
Yeah, bro.
With a Mai Tai.
Yeah. It's like travel these days, it's pretty sick, dude. It's not that bad. I mean, I get it though. Can be a little hectic, but man, if I could give anybody advice, if you are a homebody, stop being a homebody. Just stop it. Go, dude. Travel, man. It's pretty cool. This is embarrassing, but dude, I think even when I was in the 6th grade, dude, I used to like go to a bunch of basketball camps far away. I went to a hunting camp one time really far away. I would sit in my bed or tent at night and cry because I missed home.
Yeah.
It might have been the 8th grade, but I'll never admit that. I'm going to say 6th grade because everybody have a little more sympathy on me about that because I was a little younger. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you.
Man, that just means you were tight with your family. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I was, man. I was a mama's boy bad, bro. Mama's boy bad, dude.
I want to address something, man, that I've been hearing.
Okay, let's do this.
Man, we got to do this. So for all you bozos out there talking crazy about Devin Sanchez, this and that, he's not this or that, you don't know what you're talking about at all. And I'm just going to say this. You should watch what you're saying and think about it and actually go study and watch the film, watch his competition, because really the only competition higher level than what he's played at is probably if you're playing that Matter Day national schedule or you're in Gwinnett County, to be honest with you. He is really that dude. And when it's coming out to Woody that he's the JJ Smith of DBs, you should trust it. I know some people that were saying JJ wasn't going to start from day one. I've said that for a year. JJ's starting as soon as he gets here. Devin is starting. Devin is playing. I didn't want to put it out there like that because I don't want to put that pressure on him. Devin's playing from day one. Period. Somebody's moving. That's all I'm going to tell you. Somebody's moving. Devin's playing from day one. And you sound real nuts saying he isn't that good and he's overhyped. You don't know anything about football. That's what it's coming off as.
Me and Mello differ a little here, but not much. And I don't really have if I use my vision and the information that I have, I share Mello's sentiments, and Devin Sanchez is going to start. But there's something, and I think it's the packed corner room, the fact that Iggy came back and Jermaine Matthews. I don't see Devin starting, but I see him in the rotation in some serious minutes. But you do not have to listen to us. All you have to do is, number one, understand the competition that he was playing with, right? And then number two, go watch his film. And there's not much senior film. Why? Because they never threw his way. Why? Because he's the best corner in the nation. Because the little tiny bit that I've seen come out of the Woody, I mean, just watch his hips as a corner. Watch him change direction. Like his upper half like doesn't move, dude. That's how flexible.
Pad level, baby.
That's how fluid he is, man. It's just like the dude will change direction, and it doesn't look like he changed direction, man. Just very fluid. Burks, man, bro, you coming in here talking wild, dude. Did you hear anything we said? We did not say Sanchez is overrated. We said the opposite, but I shouldn't even have pulled that up, man. I just gave him some whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I get the hesitancy, right? It's just like, wow, man, there can't be another Jeremiah Smith. You know, how rare is that? There can't be another Jeremiah Smith to come in. Now, I get it. I guess it depends what you're talking about when comparing him to Jeremiah Smith. I mean, we've got to see Jeremiah Smith play a whole season. So it's easy for us to say he's the best wide receiver in the nation. I'm not calling Devin Sanchez the best corner in the nation. So why am I not? Because I haven't seen him play college ball yet. Do I think he's going to be? I do. Yeah, I honestly do. And that's not because he's a Buckeye. He could have went to Texas and I'd been like, dang, bro, this dude's about to be an absolute beast. But I just think once you see this dude play, like everything about his recruitment, his support group, the mentality that he has. I mean, look at the physical change he made. Put on 20 pounds already. I mean, the dude is dialed in, focused. He's got the work ethic of a Jeremiah Smith. Okay. And plus he's a freshman corner being talked about like this already. It's what's harder to do, Mello? Start as a freshman at wide receiver or start as a freshman at corner? What's harder?
Typically, I would say DB. But here's the thing. It's hard to start as a wide receiver and Heartline's offense in
at Ohio State. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to tell you like this, and you go back all the way back to when we were on Ohio Pod days. I've been saying from day one, JJ's starting from day one. Even before this was even an idea, when I was in all the chats, JJ starting from day one. You guys, Sean, he'll attest to this. We had plenty of conversations. Sean was like, JJ's not starting. I'm telling you, he's starting day one. I'm telling you the same thing about Devin, and that's where me and him differentiate. Devin's that good that somebody's moving. It's the same thing that, like, when JJ said after his game, I forget who they played in high school, and they interviewed him. He was like, yeah, I'm going to Ohio State, and all I know is I'm taking somebody's spot. Like, and that's exactly what he did. And you have to think about it. Devin's 6'2 plus 96 pounds right now. He probably might get to 205 if they want him at his playing weight. He moves that way. He's so fluid. His pad level never switches. He's starting. I'm telling you, before September's over, if he's not starting day one, which I think he will, he's going to be starting before September's over. Like, somebody's going to either move or they might play him at the nickel, but he's going to be in the starting 3D.
Yeah, Lucia, totally. This is the one aspect of it where it's just like, I mean, this is a conversation about opinion of somebody that we haven't seen yet, but we're not saying this because we like him. This is strictly based off, number one, his film. Number two, like, knowing who he is as a young man and his work ethic. You know what I'm saying? And then number three, what we're hearing. Sources. What we're hearing from people that watch him inside the Woodies. So overall, the point we're trying to make is, yet again, I guess I'll tell everybody, let me just go down this list for you. Tavian St. Clair, Devin Sanchez, Riley Pettijohn, Bo Jackson, Quincy Porter, Tarvos Alford, Carter Lowe, Jarquez Carter, Desi Jones, dude, like, let me tell you, Mel, let me ask you this. Yeah. Okay. So Scarlet Glasses off, all this, talk about just straight up football skill and mentality. Let's name the freshmen in this class, and this list can change. We haven't seen some of these freshmen's film and updates that we think are physically and skilled enough to start in college football day one. So Tavian St. Clair, we can agree on, right? That's a yes. Okay. Devin Sanchez, we can agree, yes, right?
Yep.
Riley Pettijohn. Yes?
Yeah, he could start physically.
Yep. Jarquez Carter.
Start physically, yeah.
Yeah, this is just physical.
Because I mean, saying they could start physically and if they're going to start is two different things. So let's just make that known right now for the people out there.
Yeah. This is not a Ohio State related conversation. This is, I mean, this is start in D1 college football.
Oh, yeah.
Because of your physical skills, not your mentality, none of that. What's your film looks like right now? So we're on Jarquez Carter. Carter Lowe.
Yes, absolutely.
Tarvos Alfred.
Yes.
Quincy Porter.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. Bo Jackson.
Definitely.
Nate Roberts.
Yeah. Well, he might need 1 year to develop. He definitely be too deep for sure.
I think physically he's ready. But so I believe Phillip Bell might be physically ready too. But I believe that's just my evaluation of like physicality in this class. You know what I'm saying? Of players that my point behind that was just to look about how blessed we are in this class we signed. It's the number one class in the nation, dude. I totally believe that. Are you getting lost in the chat, dude? I know you are.
Burks just says
I know. I don't
time,
even want to.
Burks,
Something happened.
Special ed.
Something happened to him, dude. He was like chill on our channel, and we got along. And then I don't know. I don't even know. I mean, I know what happened, but I just don't know why, dude. He just turned. Now every time he comes in here, he does this. I just don't get it. I don't get why people. Anyway. Yeah. Zion Grady, Vader, you're right. Zion Grady, Epi, Sentinel. I mean, good Lord. Epi, dude.
Epi is a monster. Wait till you see him get on. He's a monster, bro.
Yeah. Keep sleeping, man. Keep sleeping, dude. This dude's a leader. Like that's the other part of Epi's game that I don't think people realize is his personality. He's a leader, man. I've seen some videos. Me and his dad talk frequently now. And he sent me some videos, dude. Epi's that dude, bro. He'll come in and he'll make sure his teammates are doing everything that's needed to get on the field. So we're blessed, man. Ryan Day with what he's doing. Like, you hear all these recruits we're interviewing, talking about him. I just want to remind people how blessed we are as Ohio State fans, man. Pop's Pod has really opened my eyes on that. You get an inside look at kind of how these coaches treat the players and whatnot. And you always hear it from like third-party sources. These aren't third-party sources. These are real people telling you, hey, dude, these coaches care. Like, they really, really care. They don't bull crap you. They don't do the whole 9 yards. That's the culture that Ohio State has built. That's the culture that just won a national title. That's the culture that's going to keep winning a national title and attracting like-minded kids. Hence, all the interviews we've done. I think everybody would agree. You know what I'm saying? That these are the same type of character kids that Ryan Day recruits. So, yeah, man, we're excited about Pop's Pod, dude. We think it's going to take off. And the goal is for them to have their own channel one day called Pop's Pod, because it's needed, man. It's a needed resource for these recruits and their families, dude. It's needed, and I'm not quite sure people realize how much it is needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my eyes, the more I learn about it, I'm learning a lot, talking to these guys daily and the shows and whatnot. I'm learning a lot more about the ins and outs of this recruiting. And it's scary. It's so many blessings in it, but it's a life-changing decision for kids. It can change your life forever. That's how it should be treated. That's how important it is, man. Like, you know how long it takes you to make a decision on what college you're going to go to for school?
Right.
It's the same type of decision. You better make sure, you know what I mean, that you got all your ducks in a row and that you're sitting down and focused on it, Mello. But you got anything to add, man? Any other juicy things we want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to address that. I feel as if, yes, there's always NIL money kids could flip. But I'm going to tell you right now, if Ryan Day and B Hartline are here, which they're going to be, Chris Henry's going to be a Buckeye. His sister is a Buckeye. I'm sure the basketball team's about to offer his little brother. His dad played for the Bengals. He has ties here, deep ties. So, honestly, I'm not even really worried about it, especially wide receivers. I don't remember the last time Hartline lost his number one wide receiver target ever. And at the end of the day, if you go and you listen to the real Oregon Duck beat writers and podcasts, they'll tell you it's going to be nearly impossible to flip him, but you got to chip away because he's that good. He is the best He's the number one player in the 26 class. He got injured. That's why he slipped. When he's healthy and he comes back, he's going to, by end of next season, he has a full healthy season. He'll go back to number one. That's how good he is. So,
yeah, I mean,
that's all I have to say about that one.
He said it out of his own mouth that it's going to be next to impossible to flip him. You know what I mean? And the Jeremiah Smith recruitment, look what he did. And let me just tell you something. Jeremiah Smith is making more money than 99.9% of college football athletes.
Yep.
Is that money coming directly from Ohio State? No. Is he getting that money because he plays for Ohio State as a wide receiver and does what he does? Yes. That's why. So if Chris Henry believes that he is talented like J.J. Smith, and he does, rightfully so, he's very, very gifted athlete. If Chris Henry believes that he can do on the field what Jeremiah Smith does in his own way, then he sees the example right here that, yeah, sure, Oregon can double the offer Ohio State's given me, but I know for a fact that I can go to Ohio State, and if I do what I'm supposed to do on the field, this should be the mentality of every single recruit, but if I do what I'm supposed to do on the field, that money is going to come no matter what school I'm at. But the examples there, not only that, I'm going to get drafted in the first round. Not only that, I'm going to be a Buckeye for life. Not only that, I'm going to be surrounded by winners and good, like-minded, behaving, smart, good GPA team people. Like the winningest college football program in 25 years. Now, we could keep saying that in today's day and age. Mello brought it up. Anything can change. And I do get excited about the Buckeyes, and my scarlet glasses are on for quite a few things. But when it comes to whether a kid is going to stick or not stick, I don't really have scarlet glasses. But I do, even if I didn't cover Ohio State football, I would still say Chris Henry is as close to a lock as you can be to Ohio State in today's day and age of recruiting. I mean, there's no 100% till he signs that thing, but you can't get closer to a lock than he is. I mean, He committed this early for a reason. When you know, you know. And the dude's not in a situation where he needs money fast. I mean, Oregon's trying to pay him nil money now, trying to come up a way to start his monthly payments now. And they just offered his little brother I mean, they are trying everything that they can. It's getting embarrassing. A pretty good big desperation move. Like, seriously, dude? Like,
and you know what? I think people are looking at it as the Naeem Offer situation. But I'm gonna just be honest. Me and Dev knew Naeem Offer was leaving back in September. The Buckeyes knew that. The whole coaching staff knew that. Not that he was reopening, that he was flipping, and that he was going to commit to Oregon, because they just weren't willing to offer him what Oregon was, and that was more about a money thing and an NIL thing and a shoe deal. And he said it out of his mouth. The first thing he said was, at his commitment, what made you choose him? He said, oh, they gave me a shoe deal. That was the first thing. Typically, and people could lie, and he could say, oh, it wasn't about the shoe. But when you're on the spot and you're not thinking, and you don't have something written and prepared, the first thing that comes out your mouth is normally the realest thing or the most important thing to you. So you have the shoe deal is 100% a big factor in why he picked that school. And this is not that same situation with Chris Henry Jr.
And Naeem Alford committed literally on the fly. His parents had no idea he was committing to Ohio State. Literally, they were sitting in Ryan Day's office, and Naeem Alford said, I'm ready to commit. And that surprised his parents. They had no idea. They had no idea that was about to happen. So, like, that's the commitment that happened there. You know, that was one of those got excited in the moment type of commitments. And the Chris Henry Jr. thing is, you know, not that, but we'll see, man. I'm not worked up about it. I never will. I'll talk about it if it gets brought up for sure. But you know, this is just the beginning of it. If we think, and I'll also tell you that Photoshop is real, with people Photoshopping him in different teams' clothing. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the type of channel we wanted to be, and we wanted clicks, one of those trolling channels that wants clicks, for sure, I would put breaking, Chris Henry Jr. flipping, and I would have a video, and probably one of our most viewed videos that we've had.
And then at the end of it, we'll be like, he's definitely not flipping.
Yeah, and at the end, that's what we'd say. Breaking, Ryan Day might retire. You know what I'm saying? Betcha we get 10,000 views. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get on here and be like, yeah, I guarantee you in 20 years, Ryan Day is going to retire. That's probably about the time we think he's going to retire, in about 20 years. Like, that's what people do, man. So they know how to get clicks. That's why On 3, they're magicians at it with Ohio State fans, man. They will purposely leave things out. I mean, literally, I told you I got a list just the other day. I've read an On 3 article about a certain player and went down this list, and Ohio State was on the list, and it said, but he hasn't decided on official visits yet. I literally commented below, the official visit to Ohio State has already been scheduled, and you know that. So add it in. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they add it? Because Ohio State was the kid's only official visit that he had scheduled. He scheduled it on his visit, and it was like, you guys know who it is. Everybody knows he's scheduled an official visit, but it didn't get put. Why not? Because they want to make us mad, so we keep clicking and clowning on them, dude. That's what they do, bro.
For sure. 100%, brother. But you know what I noticed? Is ESPN not that bad at doing rankings? Because they just dropped something today. I think they've been hearing all the noise. They dropped something on IG where they did their 2022 rankings and then their 26 rankings. And they're like top 15, top 20. I don't know. That 22 roster, the rankings, it looks real legit. Like, if you go look at it, it looks legit, bro. It looks, it probably looks like the most legit out of all of them. And I'm like, hold on. Have we been looking at ESPN the wrong way? Yeah. And you know, ESPN still has Chris Henry Jr. number one. They don't care that he got injured and missed the season. They're not going to drop you because the last time you were on the field, you were the best player in the country. That's it.
I know. It's, you know, I mean, no matter what recruiting services do, there's always going to be arguments on where players rank. But I think everybody can agree that once NIL came out and money starts to be involved in everything, it's getting more and more political. You know what I mean? With these rankings and what team you go to, that depends. I mean, my God, I mean, I don't know how many articles I read today that the number one committed to Michigan last year and was just on a visit. And now the new number one commit, Jackson Cantwell, was on a visit there. Like, I mean, what about, I mean, Ohio State just had him on campus. Why is there not a bunch of articles about that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Just all kind of stuff, man. It gets wild, but it is interesting to see, because I did see numbers. This might blow some people's minds, but we always talk about stars and how they're jokes, which in a lot of cases they are. But I think it was Josh Pate went back and did I don't know if he did it right, but he went back and he looked at who was in the NFL and all that. And like a large percentage of 4 stars and 5 stars were in the NFL, and a very small number of 3 stars were in the NFL. But he didn't take into account that there are 100 times more 3 stars than there are 4 stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that's real.
I mean, they get some right. You know what I mean? And there'll always be complaining, but it would be cool to go through those and see based off of, because you really can't even base it off the NFL draft anymore. You would have to go through and base it off of statistical success of somebody's career in the NFL. But that would still get faded because what did they go to the Browns? I mean, Justin Fields, he's going to look like a 3-star, but we know darn well he's not no 3-star. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then think about it. What college? Last I checked, the Ohio State put the most 3 stars in the NFL out of any other university anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm getting ready. I'm almost there. All right, I'm good.
Chat, you guys ready? No, I don't have a pen. I don't need one. Here we go. We're doing our giveaway. If you're new to this, 2 weeks before the Washington game, the winner who's ever answered the most questions correct will win a free ticket to the Washington game. You got to cover your airfare and your stay at the hotel. Here we go. How many tackles for loss did Mike Vrabel have in his Ohio State career to set the school record in this category? That's a hard one. Yo, Taco, bro. No way.
He got it?
Yeah. Hey, Taco be Googling. Taco, listen, man.
He's quick on the trigger there.
Yeah, Taco, you be honest. Don't lie, man. You're a Buckeye, so I know you're not going to lie.
Yeah, we don't do that. We leave that to A squared, those people in that fan base.
Did you Google that? I need to know how you knew that. Is it just one of those stats you knew? Did you Google it? Be honest, Taco. If you're honest, I'll make it a bonus question for 2 points. The thing is, though,
we gotta know.
The thing is, did Taco have 2 guesses? No.
66 was the first one I came through.
He said O was the first answer.
He was trying to say I was the first answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. He answered that quick, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, Taco, heck yeah, man. Y'all better step your game up, dude. Taco now has 3. Steely's still leading with 5. Sean Schrock's got 4. And then Taco's the only one with Taco, good point. Google is not that fast. That's a good point.
That is. You want to give them one more shot?
What, ask another question?
Yeah. One more.
Yeah, if you want me to, for sure.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
Hey, you guys got to be ready. Make sure you're listening.
I don't know how to pronounce this name, but I'm going to do the best I can.
Shout out to TJ for becoming a member. We appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, heck yeah. Thank you, TJ. Nobody's getting this. Who broke Tom Quizino's record for most career tackles at Ohio State shortly after Quizino graduated? Who broke the record for most career tackles? It's not Spielman. I'm going to be honest. It's somebody I've never heard of, and that's probably going to make me look like an idiot, but it's just kind of the truth. You know what I mean? Steely got it, bro.
What?
Yeah, dude. Marcus
Yo,
Merrick.
Steely, what is up with you, bro?
That's wild, bro.
I know you do trivia night and all that, but like, dude, what's going on?
Yeah. Dang, I didn't know Steely was here. We wouldn't ask another one, man. Steely, when'd you get here, bro? No, just joking, Steely. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sage. I don't think that helps, Sage. I still don't know how to say it. Quizino. Cusino.
Yeah. Cusino.
Sean said, dang, that's right. Yeah, he's right, dude.
We know. Yeah. He got the answer sheet.
Yeah. He's right, man. I wonder if he bought the book, dude. Still, you don't know what question I'm going to ask.
Nope. Or the page.
All righty, Mello. Who's winning the NCAA tournament? Who's going to win it, dude?
I'm going Florida, man. They knocked off the UConn players. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Gators, unfortunately.
Cusino. Yeah, I want Michigan State to win, dude.
I want them to win, but are they going to win?
Yeah, that'd be tough. It's gonna be tough.
I would love for them to win, so that way we could give the proverbial double bird to the team up north, football and basketball. Yeah, I was so mad when the team up north was winning yesterday. I
dude, I know.
I want them
I
to
know,
lose
man.
in badminton. I just hate everything about them now. I don't want
I
them
know,
to win
bro.
anything.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty chill, but like I dislike scum. Okay,
Right.
but I was able to separate like them as people and the rivalry type of hate.
Yeah.
But now there's certain ones that's bleeding in just because of the responses to some of this stuff, dude. It just wears down on you, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, I mean, especially after this Matt Weiss stuff and their responses to that just made me sick, dude, because I'm telling you right now, if this was an Ohio State coach, I would be going ham, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Ryan Day,
You got to go.
dude, you better freaking check yourself, man. You got to get the heck up out of here, dude. This is
And take everybody with you too, including Heartline.
For 3 years, you let this go on there, like, bruh. No, dude. No, not
You know
gonna
what's
happen.
worse?
I'm not gonna try to compare it to scum or anything. I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, this is some nasty crap, man.
And you know what's worse? There's people that know about Alex Yode, and what he did in Walmart trying to meet up with that underage girl and didn't report on it.
I know.
And that's why I hate those people, because if it was my daughter, like, I'm like, Dev, just pray for me that I don't get caught. That's all I'm going to say, because I'm going to for the rest of my life.
I'm right there with you. Let me know of somebody that I might have met one time, and I'm going to feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess, so when I get off here, I'm going to do a little research. I'm going to dive into Title IX, the NCAA, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that is. Everybody's talking about that. But the NCAA has reached out to the FBI to gather their information from this Matt Weiss investigation to see if there are any infractions in that. And let me tell you something, there is. That is some type of NCAA infraction when looking in to other students' medical history from other schools that are athletes.
Right.
Okay. And this has nothing to do with football. And you are looking, let me paint this picture for you, at other students from different schools, athletes. You're looking at their medical history. Now, what do you think somebody could do with that information on a football field?
Right.
I mean, like, come on, man. How does that translate to the NCAA? Everybody's bringing up Title IX. So I don't know what that is, but supposedly people are saying it's a for sure Title IX NCAA infraction, yet another one while you're on probation, while you're under the biggest cheating scandal and all of, and this, you know what I'm saying? So, dude, this just it's over, and what this is doing for me is it's kind of taken away from the rivalry for me. It's like I almost don't even want to be in the rivalry with them anymore. I just want to let them go. Like, dude, I don't want to be in that realm. I don't want to be just go. Like,
I don't even want to be in the same sentence, same breath as you. I mean,
go.
From the beginning, all the cheating that made me like you said before, I didn't like them. I didn't care for them, but it wasn't like how I feel now. You cheated the game, you cheated the rivalry, you cheated our players, you could have injured our players. This is a full contact sport. So medical history, say somebody had a knee issue. Are you telling your players to target that same knee to get them up out of the game or to slow them down? There's just so much wrong with what they did, and they had excuse after excuse. And you see all these bozo podcasts by the team up north that are just making up excuses, man. I can't wait to watch you guys burn down. At first, I was like, I don't want too much bad stuff to happen because I want to hold the integrity of the game. But they don't care about the integrity of the game. They don't care about the integrity of themselves.
Nah.
So who cares? I want to see it burn down.
Yeah, they're too busy trying to clown on Ohio State because they beat us the past 4 years. You beat us this year, 10th, and that's extremely embarrassing on us. We beat ourselves, but I'm not one of those. You beat us. You did. You beat us on the field. Whatever. I'm not going to be one of those to give the excuse. Yeah, we beat ourselves, but you beat us on the field this year. But dude, it's beyond that at this point. Like if that's all you got, clowning on us because you won a natty and you beat us and this whole 9 yards. If that's all you got, then you're missing the picture here. This is way beyond you beating your rival and all that. This is life stuff. Like this is like affecting real people's lives, and it's deeper than football. Like the stuff that's coming out of this, and you're a college that influences young people's lives, and you're going to influence cheating and lying and all this into it. And it's just like, it's not, if it was just like one person, it's like, yeah, man, there's a bad egg. Like you can't always see the bad egg, right? That might happen one time, and that's not going to shed light on your entire university. But when you got hockey, basketball coach,
right?
How many college football stuff going on, fights after games and the whole 9 yards. It's like, okay, so what's going on here? Like, what's going on? How do you judge a tree? You judge a tree by its fruit. What type of fruit is being produced? Well, I mean, oh my God, it's not any type of fruit I would want to be eating. But that's my
their entire athletic
department
is a cesspool. Straight up, it's a cesspool. It's pathetic. It's just sewer. It's sewage. It's the level of sewage. And I can't.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if you're a parent out there, I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to send your kid to Ohio State. But why would you send them to a ridiculous program like that? Do your research about what's going on in the athletic department over there. Do your research about their president and how he was just thumbing his nose at the NCAA before you send your kid to be corrupted and become a bad adult, really, because he's going to be influenced by scum. Like, that's just what it is.
I like this question, Tyler. Who would you prefer as our new rival, Mello? I know who I want.
Me too. I know who I want too. We probably want the same team.
I want Oregon.
Yeah, it's already there. It's Oregon.
Yeah. I don't mind. I've been to Oregon. I was at the Rose Bowl. That's some competition there. And they're not cheating. They're just spending a crap ton of money. That's not cheating.
Right. It's legal.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, like, dude, when I think about that stuff, it makes me sad. It's just sad that's going on around college. Like stuff like that is going on around college students. And it just happens to be at our number one rival. So if we say it, it makes us sound, you're just saying that because they beat you. You're just saying that. No, dude, I'm really not. Like, as a human being, as a believer, as somebody who wants good in this world, the evil that has been coming out of there, it makes me sad. It breaks my heart that this amount of stuff, because listen, where my faith is like a sin is a sin. A bad thing is a bad thing. I know what cheating leads to. I know what lying leads to. Yeah, it might not be a big deal. You lied about, eating a cheeseburger or whatever. It's lying though. Like you're gonna tell your staff to go cheat and lie and break the rules. Like that leads to other stuff, man. You sit in a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get your hair cut. If you sit in a room long enough and you hate cussing, but everybody around you is cussing, eventually you're going to get used to that cussing. It's not going to bug you anymore.
Yeah.
And then your level of discernment or your level of what you deal with has just gone down. If you're raised by a family that punches each other all the time, by the time you get old, that's not going to bug you. You're going to be like, oh, dude just hit his wife. Well, my dad hit my mom several times. That's just kind of the norm in our family. Your discernment level on that is, I know I'm trying to give you an example. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, but your discernment level. Yeah. It just gets skewed, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you're younger, especially like in college, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're still forming, who you are as a person, but
Dev, I gotta ask you this. Aaron just dropped something really intriguing. I need your opinion on it. Do you think if 100,000 plus athletes sued the team up north, it would break them? Because you got to think there's probably going to be some massive lawsuits behind this.
And it depends what you mean by break. Like the university disappear? No, isn't it a state-funded university? That's the state of Michigan, so it's not going anywhere. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think my first answer wants to say no, just because the way college football is changing, man. I mean, you got donors out there. I mean, they're donor now. Look at their recruiting. They're going to have a top 5 recruiting class this year, just to let everybody know. Don't get upset if they have a higher recruiting class than us. They are playing the nil game. They will pay everybody more than we will pay them. It's happening. I'm sorry if I just hurt somebody's feelings, or Mello, I don't know if you share that belief or not, but they didn't just have money for Bryce Underwood. That guy came in, and he is Phil Knight of Scum. He
got more money than Phil Knight, actually.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, it's happening. So
I'll say it like this: if he breaks up with his girlfriend, they're not having a top 5 class, because he'll stop donating. He might start donating to us just to be spiteful. So pray that she dumps him, or the sanctions come out and they're so insane that even with all that money, recruits are like, I don't want to go there. But you're going to have some that just going to take the bag. Because
and that's what I think. I think there's plenty of those out there, to say it the least. I think there's plenty of those 5 stars and 4 stars. I think the rare ones are the ones that the Devin Sanchez's, the Riley Pettijohns, the ones that could have taken bigger offers somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
But Tavian St. Clair probably could have made – I mean, Ohio State's taking care of – I'm not bashing on Ohio State and their nil. I don't really know. But I do know the system that they implement in paying, and it is a fair, realistic, real-world type of system. It's not la-la land. You're going to get $1 million, even though I've never seen you play a snap of college football in your life. Did you earn that $1 million? No. You earned 200,000 of it because all the work you put in high school. You didn't earn $1 million, bro. That's what I mean. You're making.
But let
more
them know
than
that the
NFL
minimum. You got to explain the other part of if they prove it on the field, what happens with that NIL money?
Yeah. If you prove it on the field, it goes up. You got a level 1, you're a starter. Level 2, you'll see special teams. C, you're developed. You're not going to make special teams. You're not going to make starting on the field. You're a developmental player. This is what we pay you. You're going to be on. You can come in as a freshman and contribute to special teams. This is what we're going to play you. You're going to come in as a freshman and battle for starting time. Like, you could start right now if we need you to. This is what you earn for that. This is what we pay you for that in this position group. Your sophomore year comes around. You went from level 3 to developmental to now you're contributing to special teams. Now you make level 2 nil money. I mean, that's real world system. That's not la-la land. Oh my God, you're a 5-star. Oh my God, Oregon offered you $1 million. So that means if I want you, I got to pay you 1.1. Well, I'm paying you 1.1. Did you earn that $1.1 million? Is that realistic? No, man. It's la-la land. You're being auctioned off like a new car, like a classic car in an auction. Like, is that what we do with people now? Is that real life, to auction yourself off? I don't know. I don't want people to take my words the wrong way, or I would go into it deeper, but I already know somebody probably is. But hopefully you guys get my point. I'm trying to say.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, for some people, money is king. It's just sad, and that's just the way it is. And I mean, that's their right. That's their prerogative. But if money's king to you, then Ohio State's not the place for you. Straight up. If you don't want to compete either, Ohio State's not the place for you. There's plenty of places that will pay you, and you won't have to compete for your starting spot. Go there.
The other thing, you should definitely take into account the depth chart in front of you. That's something you need to be aware of in your recruitment. But if you're a freshman and one of the things you're looking for on a team is playing time right away, I would take a step back and ask yourself if that's the right way to go about it. if you think that's right. You know what I mean? That I'm not going to this school unless I know for a fact I can play your sophomore year. You'll never hear those words from Ohio State. They're never going to tell you, yes, you will be starting your sophomore year. No, they're going to tell you, that's up to you. We're going to bring in the best of the best. You're our number one recruit. You're our number one. We have you on our board as our number one linebacker this year, but that we're not promising you any playing time. You got to come in and do that thing, which in turn shows you the culture. I mean, that's just what it is, dude.
Matter of fact, they didn't even promise JJ that he was going to start, even though everybody knew he was going to start. They never once told JJ he was going to start. You could come here and take somebody's job and earn it and prove it. And if you do that, then you're going to play. You're going to start. But they didn't promise him that.
Yeah, go listen to his interviews. He said, I'm not paying attention to that. I'm going to go in and grind. Yep. And if they want me on the field, I'll go on the field. Well, that's what he did. He went in and grinded and became the best football player in the United States of America.
Absolutely.
The best wide receiver in the world. Like, that's what he did. So, at Ohio State. So, but yeah, there's a lot to dig into that. But again, I know I hype it up a bunch. I'm excited about it. You better be here this Friday at 8. Okay.
Why's that? What's happening at 8?
Tavian St. Clair's dad's going to be on there, who's a future first-round draft pick. Daniel Sanchez, Devin Sanchez's dad, a future first-round draft pick corner for Ohio State, and Duke Pettijohn, the dad of Riley Pettijohn, a future first-round draft pick, a linebacker. They're going to be on here talking about the recruiting process and the state of college football today, and giving their experience and sharing some, in-depth information about how you should treat this recruiting process. And there's no strings attached. They just have a good heart. They want to see young people succeed and navigate the recruiting process that has become dangerous for recruits. And I said that. The recruiting process has become dangerous towards the lives of recruits. It just has. It'll impact you the rest of your life, your decision that you make. So tune in for that. Tuesday, man. Got to be there for that too. Sorry, guys. You got to write this on your calendar. You got to be there for that. I know we've already heard from Braylon Womack on this channel one time, but this one's going to be live with him and his mom, number one safety in the country.
Yeah, so you can drop your questions in the chat for us, and if they're good, we'll ask them. If they're asking crazy stuff about NIL and how much money they want or some off the chain, we're not asking those. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. Plus, they didn't get the Mellow Dev experience, and they didn't get you guys live, which is completely different than a pre-recorded.
Yeah, for sure. Then Wednesday, an offensive tackle prospect are interviewing. Thursdays, the TG and Sean show. So we got some loaded stuff for you next week. I think I should tell him.
Go ahead.
Spiro.
Yep.
We're going to get Justin Spiro back on the show, man. We got some new news, obviously.
He's dropping some big news. You're going to want to be there for that one.
That came out. You know how Spiro is, dude. We love Spiro here in Buckeye Nation. I am a Spartai now. I root for the Spartans, so you can call me that now, dude. Justin Spiro is the reason why.
Yep. Both of us. The Buckeye boys are rooting for the Spartans.
Yeah, for sure. Unless they play us. That's it.
Yeah.
But, all right, y'all. We appreciate you guys. Taco, we don't know exactly what day yet. That's what I'm working on. So
it's just going to be next week for sure.
It'll be good stuff. But Mello, anything else, dude? We've been rambling on.
Thank you guys for helping us. Like, the show's it's taking off and it's going to keep blowing up because of people like you. And we appreciate you guys being in the chat and being family, honestly. Appreciate Dev for all the work he does and Sean for all the work, and TG. And Pops Pod, please tune in, man. And you know anybody who has kids that are playing sports, even if they're young, like 6 or 7, they're going to want to tune into this because – yes, the landscape's going to change, but it's always good to stay in the know and ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Do me a favor. I know you guys do a lot of work here on the Buckeye Boys because I'm always asking you to, but I put all those shows up already on our channel. I scheduled them all. I'm just trying to see the best way to do this. I want people to know ahead of time. So throughout the week, if you could hit share on those channels and put them out there for us. Let people know. That's the biggest thing you can do for us, just to get it out there. I know once if more people knew about Pop's Pod, more people would be there. And last year there was like 600 people watching, so that was a real big show. So it's because of you guys. We appreciate you. But on that note, we do appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.
IO.